What I like about paid media is how it's so fast-pacing and it's always something new coming up.
It's always changing.
Changes all the time.
Ever-changing.
It's really flexible.
You aren't just putting out things for the sake of it. There's always got to be a thought process behind it.
You can see immediately the impact that it has.
But everyone thinks paid media sometimes can be quite static, but actually there's a lot of creative elements to it, and that's the side I like as well.
The kind of platforms are changing. There's new ad formats that come out, new bidding strategies, new technologies that come out.
Cookie policies changing, privacy, new features coming out.
It's trying to do the best for the clients and finding the most interesting and the strategy that works best.
I think the biggest challenge is trying to match or beat last year's results across different clients and just the industries itself. As we know, with the pandemic the past 2 years, a lot of people have had more free time to go online.
It's really forced everyone to try and look at a big picture view.
Some people who were online last year have gone back to their natural habits of going to shops.
But then also changes within the actual channels themselves.
Changes to cookies across Google and Apple. It's made tracking people a lot more difficult, so showing the value of paid is becoming more difficult, especially on Facebook.
What we try to do is just give the clients as much information as possible to try and showcase that what's been done is the only thing that can be done at the moment.
Because we don't have a strict divide between the PPC team, the paid social team, the programmatic team, it means that we can hire in somebody that is a mix of sort of paid social but with an element of PPC, or the other way around. And it's trying to work out, or second guess, I guess, the next sort of clients that we're going to get on board and how best to recruit up to that.
The key thing now for clients is to be open to test things.
Keeping an open mind and continuing testing really.
The blend of creativity as well is quite important.
Facebook quotes that 56% of campaign performance is driven by the creative itself. Because you can have the best targeting and the best machine-driven learning in the world, but if what you're putting in front of people is really naff, they're not going to buy it, they're not going to engage with it.
How are you going to stand out against that crowd? You need something that's going to capture people's attention.
Facebook says you need thumb-stopping creative, which is a bit cheesy, but it's right. You've got to have something that stands out.
You've got 1.5 seconds maximum to grab their attention and leave an imprint. If you don't do that, you're just going to get left by the wayside.
We are working with our design team to make sure that we're taking clients' assets and turning them into something wonderful. I've seen an example recently of where there is a single image, and then what the client has done with it is changed it into a video animation with some overlays on top and some wording on top and bringing out the USPs. Just from that change of just sort of the classic old school single image, bringing it up to speed with sort of today's best practices, saw a 22% improvement in conversion rate.
I think what makes us stand out is that we always strive to take the clients' accounts forward. A lot of the issues that they've had with previous agencies is they kind of let things stagnate, and if something's working, it's almost, if it's not broke, why fix it kind of thought process, whereas at C3 we're always kind of striving to take things to the next level and don't let things just kind of plateau.
So we're able to perform on a BAU performance basis and make sure that we're just working with the campaigns and making sure that those campaigns are as good as they possibly can be.
We do want to drive great results and we don't just settle for okay. It's always, if things are going great, it's great, what can we do next?
It also means that we have that strategic layer that can almost leave those guys alone to do what they do, but make sure that we're delivering on location strategies and new versus existing customers and conversions API, and making sure that we're having those bigger conversations that we can have as well.
What makes us different is our ability to understand what the client wants to do and the results that they want, and really align our strategy with what the client wants to achieve.
So not only do we have more expertise across all the different products to really just make that a really meaty offering, but we have the capability to then sort of segment off the BAU to the strategic element, making sure that we're not just doing a really good job for now, but we're positioning the clients and taking them on that journey with us to make sure that next year everything's even better.
Favourite thing about the paid team, I mean, there's many factors. I suppose the team's great, to be honest. Everybody's always open and really helpful.
It's really easy to just talk to people and get ideas and collaborate with each other, I think.
Everyone's approachable, everyone's there. If you need help, everybody's there.
Everyone is motivated to do well.
Everyone's like really welcoming, everyone's like great.
You're not working against teams, everyone's pushing like everyone forward. It's very connected. Great name.
There's no day that you don't feel like you're not doing something that's making a difference for a client.
Not everyone is just does one thing. Everyone's got certain things that they're really good at.
So you're working alongside different departments to succeed with different clients.
How we like to go above and beyond for our clients and delivering the best in class, really.
You're making a difference, but you're having fun at the same time with the great team.
Probably looking like my favourite agency that I've ever been in.
If you are interested in finding more about Connected 3's paid media services, whether it's blended paid media, PPC, paid social, programmatic, or any of the above, or any blend of the above, then just go to www.connected3.com.